we come across a lady who appears to be having difficulty standing. Drugs can have a detrimental effect on their cognitive abilities. One of the most frequent side effects of drug use is that it causes you to lose balance and confusion. Some of the long-term consequences of drugs may include permanent damage to blood vessels of the heart and brain, high blood pressure leading to heart attacks, strokes, and death, damage to the liver, kidneys, and lungs, weight loss due to malnutrition, severe tooth decay, depression, and suicide. Although it is hard to make a living in these circumstances, socialization and engaging in stimulating conversations eradicates pain and provides a sense of belonging. Interaction and regular conversation throughout the day help to keep insanity away. Loneliness is a common feeling among the people who live here, and in most cases, it can be beneficial when it comes to surviving throughout the day. This spot here is a common territory that you will find most people hanging out. Conversations usually revolve around how things are going for them today, their past experience and lives, and other topics that we cannot discuss here. Even if there isn't much to say, simply being a part of a group of people will make you feel less alone and make you feel like you're a part of something. A mixture of an abusive past, a lack of someone to turn to in challenging times, and a financial crisis drives people to this way of life. Each day becomes more challenging. Many people here are struggling to make ends meet. It is impossible to move solely on one's own. To make the day less stressful, one must be in a group. While there has been an increase in skin and soft tissue infections associated with injection drugs used in Kensington Avenue, it is unclear whether this is due to the increased presence of xylazine in the drug supply. People may self-treat the wound by draining or lancing it, which can worsen the situation. the cardiac market. When Kensington was deindustrialized in the 1950s, it transformed from a blue-collar factory neighborhood to a drug-infested city. As the city's financial investment dwindled, the drug market stepped in to fill the economic void. In addition to drug users, Kensington now attracts drug tourists, or people looking for the cheapest and most potent drugs from all over the country. Kensington drug have wreaked havoc on Philadelphia's residents. Since 1994, the city's drug overdose rate has tripled, tripling the number of homicides and exceeding the number of AIDS-related deaths. Because of the area's drug problem, its crime rate is the third highest in the city at 1.21%. It's not uncommon to see people injecting heroin and nodding off on the sidewalk in the middle of the day in this part of Philadelphia. Despite the passage of time, since the beginning of the opioid epidemic, the COVID-19 pandemic has exacerbated the country's drug problems. In 2020, there are expected to be 88,000 reported drug overdose deaths, a 27% increase from the previous year. According to the Kensington Police Department, there are currently over 80 corners with open-air drug markets. In 2020, an estimated 47 people were killed and 231 were shot and injured. Unfortunately, Kensington heroin trade is still thriving. It contributes to the city's high crime rate, which includes gun violence. The year 2020 saw the highest rate of drug and gun violence-related deaths in this area since 2015. Despite the mandates and social distancing requirements imposed by COVID-19, drug dealers and addicts continue to congregate on the streets. Due to the pandemic, drug dealers and distributors were also unable to obtain the same quantities of ingredients that they were previously accustomed to using.